Can you see this widget that's on my website right now? It's an AI phone agent I built, which is on my website. It lives there 24/7 and it's going to answer any questions that my website visitors has. Make sure all their FAQs are completely answered, schedules an appointment on my behalf onto my calendar, sends them an invite, and then add them to my CRM so we can further send the relevant email automations in place. And I built this in less than 60 minutes. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you, as a business owner, can set the entire thing up from scratch without any effort. I want to stick till the end of this video so I can show you how it works. Before I do that, I just want to give you a quick demo. All right, so let me just start speaking with this thing. All right, so let me just start speaking with this thing. Hey there, man, can you hear me? Awesome. Can you tell me more about what you guys do?
Imagine having your tasks done automatically, freeing up your time to focus on bigger picture stuff.
That's
We can help you
beautiful.
with that.
That's beautiful. Do you do HubSpot CRM implementation?
Yes, we do. We can help you implement HubSpot CRM and automate your marketing and sales processes. We can help you set up workflows.
Have you guys worked with coaches before?
We have worked with many businesses, including coaches, to help them automate their operations. We can help you streamline your client onboarding process, automate your email marketing, and even manage your social media. It's all about making your life easier and your business more efficient. Would you like to schedule a call with one of our representatives?
Yes, I would like to schedule a call with one of your representatives.
Great. What is your time zone? I needed to find the available time slots.
I live in Dubai.
For available times in Dubai. Let me just double check. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, I'm seeing a few openings tomorrow. Would you prefer morning, afternoon, or evening?
I prefer evening. Can we do 4 p.m. Dubai time?
Great. So that's 4 p.m. Dubai time tomorrow. Can I get your first name and email address, please?
My first name is Fahad and my email is fahad@automatemybiz.ai.
Awesome. I booked you in for tomorrow at 4 p.m. Dubai time. You'll receive confirmation email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
That is all, man. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You're very welcome, Fahad. Have a great day too. Bye.
That is the power of AI phone agents. And this thing, talk to me. The entire conversation gave me valuable insights, customized, personalized insights about my business, what I do, how we do it, and if we have helped them in the past, people like them in the past, and then booked an appointment in my calendar. So if I go to my CRM, I will find an appointment that will be sent to them. That is what we could do with 11 Labs, and I'm here to show you how to set it up entirely. All right. So the best thing about what 11 Labs did is it's entirely text-based prompting. When Jensen Huang said that, the programming language of tomorrow is not JavaScript, it's not Ruby, it's not X, Y, or Z, it's English language, it's text-based prompting. This is what he meant. So you don't have to learn how to code, you don't need any technical experience. All you need to do is just prompt it on how to do it. So in order to do that, first thing you have to do is go to 11 Labs, create your account, and go to a place called Agents. In the Agents, what I want you to do is create a new agent by pressing on this plus button right here. And then it's going to open up something like this. So once this thing is here, you can choose which language you want the AI to be. I'm going to choose English. You can choose Arabic, you can choose German, you can choose Hindi. You can choose any sort of language, and then you can give it an opening line. So, as soon as they start, this is the line that it's going to see. And then you have to give it a prompt on what it is, what it's supposed to do, and what all it should be doing. And that's what I do in here. So in here, I just prompted it saying that, hey, you're a support agent. This is your name. You're this, you're that, you're like this, you're like that. And what you should be doing is giving them answers to any initial questions, asking them about their industry so you can give more personalized answers. And then at the end, get them to book an appointment with me. And I gave it instructions as well. And check the time slots because I have connected additional automations as well in this thing. All right. So I can also choose the LLM. I believe on Gemini is the best so far. This is more expensive. And also there is more latency when I checked for GPT-4o. So I just prefer to use Gemini for now. And the temperature is how accurate the data should be. The closer it is to 0, the more accurate it is. The closer it is to 1, the more it hallucinates. So always middle ground is the best thing to do. And that's what we often recommend. So let's keep it like that. And the token usage is completely 0 because it's in the beta feature for now as of December. They won't charge you for any AI usage. You only have to pay for your hours that you consume, and first 10 minutes is free. So you can play around it as well. And this is very connected to your knowledge base. Knowledge base is how you train your AI or how you train this phone agent with your data. So you can add everything in your phone, in your knowledge base. So what I've done is I connected a link, so you can do that. Let me just firstly close this thing. So you can do that by add an item. Either you can upload a file or you can upload a URL Google Docs, something like that, or you can add a text. You can just type it in here. What I've done is I created a Notion database and I added everything in there. So that's how it works. And the reason I did that is because I can keep it up to date. I don't have to come here and update it all the time. So I often recommend going with a URL, or you can just upload the file if it's always going to be remaining same. And then tools is where you can connect this tool with other tools out there. So it's API connection. And the best thing is even the API connection is text-based prompting. So currently I have two different connections. This connection checks my calendar to see my availability in the time zone I have. And this thing right here creates the calendar invite and my CRM, and the contact in the CRM. So let me show you how. So if you the way you can do that is by adding a tool, add a tool. You can add the name, you can add the description on how the LLM is supposed to call this API and make a get or post call. And you can add the headers, or you can add the path parameters, you can add the query parameters, and then you can add any body parameters. Even all of these are text-based prompting, and I'll tell you how to do that. So for example, this I use Go High Level. So if you're using currently high level, if I go to their API docs, it shows me which endpoint I should be calling in order to find the available time slots. So if I go here, as you can see, get free time slots. So this is the API endpoint call I'm using. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm calling onto this. I added the bearer tokens and all these things. And lastly, even the query parameters, it's text-based prompting. You have to tell them how to get the data and when to get the data. So in here, I gave a general overview. I tell them, hey, this API endpoint is used when the user wants to book an appointment with us. We use this field to find the available time slots. Very simple prompting. That's when the LLM knows when to call this API. And then we check on this thing. And then the query parameters are these date, the end date, the start date, and the time zone. So I told it that, hey, this is the time zone of the user, and always ask the time zone. I think I put the instructions in here. Always ask the time zone first in order to find the available time slots. So in order to find the available time, because if you tell them that, hey, we have a time slot available at 4 p.m. Like, what is 4 p.m.? Maybe they are from a different country. That's why I always prompted it to ask the time zone first before we give them available dates. So I asked the time zone, I put it in here, and the start date and the end date, and I told them that by default the start date should be tomorrow. So it knows exactly when to find the data, and boom, that's how we check the time slots. The API LLM gets it, and then it's going to tell me that, hey, these are the times we are available. When do you want to get it? And if they confirm a time, that's when we send an API endpoint to a make automation that I built. So this is where is the make automation? Let me show you this make automation I built. It's a very simple automation, and what it does is it's gonna create the contact on my CRM and then create an appointment as well. All these are configured accordingly. So as you can see, the data is, we receive the data in this webhook. I create the contact on Go High Level and then I create an appointment using the API call. The reason I use this instead of using their API call directly is because there's 2 steps involved, and as of yet, having multiple steps isn't exactly possible from my understanding, because this thing is dependent on this API call creating or updating the contact. So it would have been much more complex to build it within 11 labs itself. So I just easily, in order to make it easier for me, I just call that endpoint is going to create the contact or update the contact, and then it's going to create an appointment. So I have the detailed description here saying that, hey, create this, and even collecting the data, right? Even the body parameters is text-based prompting. So I'll be like, hey, these are the extracted dates. Create an API and send the data to there. And I'm like, hey, this is how we can collect the first name. This is how we can collect their company name. This is how we can collect their first name. You have to specify how to collect the data. All right, that's the entire thing. And let's go to voice. And in here, you can choose which voice to select. And also, you can even use your own voice as well. That's the most amazing thing. So this is my voice. I'm not using it because, there are better voices out there. My voice is not the prettiest. So I'm just using other voices, but you can use your own voice. And then this is the output format, and another thing it matters, I'm not going to go through that. And latency is how much latency you need how much latency is needed when you're speaking. By default, it's set to 3, and the closer it is to 4, the more accurate it is, but it's gonna fumble up dates, it's gonna fumble up a few things. So it's recommended to keep it as 3. The closer it is to 1, the less latency it has. Stability is how stable it is. So by default, let's keep it as 50, and let's go to analysis. This is my best thing. This is one of my favorite things out there. You know why? Because we can specify what sort of KPI we want to track and how to track that KPI. So I can add the criteria. So I named this KPI leads collected, and I told them, hey, this KPI is met when the lead info is collected. If the lead info was collected, the goal is met, then 1 point, 2 points if the goal is met. If the goal isn't met, 0 points. Then I can track exactly how many leads from the 100 leads I have, how many leads we have collected. So if I have 100 leads, 80 was connected, so I have a 80% lead collection rate. That's how we can track any custom APIs, any custom analysis. I can do it in here by defining what KPI is. Security, I can have these additional authentications so that only certain amount of people can talk with this agent. This is if you're doing these things in-house, all right. And or you have internal stuff, you can have overrides as well for these things. And you can have a timeout, or when if they spoke to last, if they want to remember things, maximum conversation. This is in case you want to save any tokens. And you can also store the call for additional purposes. That's what I do as well, so I can track how things are going. And lastly, once you set everything up, you can exactly define how you want the widget to be. Like this, how it looks like on a website currently. And it looks something like, let me show you how it looks on my website. I think I already showed you in the beginning, but I just want to show it to you on my website as well. So it's going to be in the bottom right corner, and it's going to be right here. As you can see, I can start with it. It's GigaChat. It's just a chill guy sitting over there. So yeah, I can define how it is. And then lastly, I just have to space this thing in the footer or the header. I think I stored it in the header. So just store the script in the header. If you have WordPress, you can go to WordPress, add it. If you have Webflow, you can just add it in the header, and it's going to be there. And it's that simple. It's that simple. And in less than 12 minutes, you have learned how to set up your own AI voice agent. And once you set it up, start playing around it, do more stuff. And at the end of this call, you can test your AI agent, and it's going to be amazing. So hopefully you guys learned a lot from this YouTube video. And if you did, I create more of such stuff. My name is Fahad. I'm the founder of AutomaBiz. I work with well-known influencers such as Loba Mike, Nas Academy, Anthony O'Neill, Ugo Lord, all these guys. And we even had Ali Abdel reach out to us early this year. I've been in this automation space for close to 5 years now, and this is what I do for a living. If you want me to show you guys more of such stuff, subscribe and follow along. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.